Schmeltz is in again. 1-0. Solid performance gives us back-to-back league wins. Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Are We There Yet? Our rags to riches save, currently with the Wellington Phoenix in the Australian A-League. So not a bad run of form. The double header in Melbourne didn't really work out too well for us. We're bottom of the table, but we've got 3 games in hand on most teams. You might be wondering why. It's because the 2 games we were meant to play before the Melbourne City doubleheader, which we were going to come back for, they also got postponed due to the international availability, that sort of thing. So whatever, I think one of them was Central Coast here, and I can't remember what the other ones are, but that's neither here nor there. So today we're going to be playing Adelaide United and Central Coast Mariners. Adelaide are 5th, Central Coast are 2nd. A whole bunch of people here on trial at the moment. I've got a couple of international spots opening up, so I'm trying to take a look at who we might be able to get our hands on. So as far as the team goes, I'm going to move this over because I don't know what the hell is going on there. So our highest pass completion rate, Alejandro Rodriguez, who's actually only played from the bench. So first team wise, we've got Rolly Bonavinacio, who's signed a new contract, so we'll keep him around. We've also offered one to the goalkeeper Glenn Moss. He is 33, but goalkeepers tend to age gracefully, let's put it that way. And he's made some fine saves. Those 3D animations, the goalkeepers are usually terrible, but Moss there makes some fine saves. As far as mistakes go, Vince Leah. I've started retraining him as a centre-back, basically due to his age. His physicals are starting to drop off quite a bit. His contract runs out, I think it's the end of next year, so he'll probably be on his way out, and we can look to refill that void with somebody a little bit younger, perhaps. Interception-wise, Durante and Rossi, quite often as a centre-back pairings when I play these games. Key tackles, the fullback and a centre-back, 2 centre-backs. Key passes is, well, Finkler. See, the thing with Finkler, okay, all of a sudden it's jumped really, really high the last 5 games, but he was sat under a 7 for the first major part, probably up until about this game here. It doesn't seem to show a whole lot in the match engine, but I'm not going to argue. He's obviously picked it up quite a lot. So key headers, again, centre-back pairing. Goal-wise, you've got three from Krishna, 3 from Schmeltz. And assists was only 2 for Barbarouses, but we haven't really scored that many goals. Yeah, so we've only scored 7, which is the worst. Goals against, though, we've only conceded 8. Defensively, we're pretty bloody solid. We just need to get some more results. And we've only played 6 games. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, aren't I? Well, financially, it's just not enough money coming in. Yeah, so as far as getting another coaching badge, I haven't even finished one I've got, but that's out the window. That's not going to happen. So I've sort of started building a second version of this tactic, which I'm hoping to be more attacking than this one here. I'm sort of going to run as a standard counter kind of situation. So it's only some subtle differences. Mainly the new one, the fullbacks are both on attack, and then I've got both of the wingers up top, or they're inside forwards now. As far as what we're going to play today, I think I'm going to stick with the more countery standard tactic. I'm still not quite convinced on this one yet. It still needs a little bit of tweaking. I've got a little bit of adventurous because we started winning games. Not really going to make too many changes. We lost Marco Rossi to a relatively long-term injury, and he's still got about another week to go before I get him back. So Adelaide are the favourites, and well, that also says that they're likely to win. That's what the pundits are saying. They're playing a 4-4-1-1. I haven't played against one of those yet, so maybe We can look to exploit the wings. Gartner Pratt. Yeah, see, I'm running out of ideas for the. See, look at the state of it. I'm stumbling all over my words because a lot of these team talks really aren't going well at all, and the personalities aren't personalities that you'd avoid. Sorry, let me try that again. They haven't got personalities that you would avoid. Perhaps it's in my manager stats. I'm not motivating enough or something like that. But they're not really too interested in what I have to say, team talk wise. If it's not, it's usually Barbarousis and Schmelz are just, yeah, whatever, mate. But lately, the goalkeeper just wants nothing to do with us. They've got an early corner there for Serlo. See what I mean? Moss has actually put that one over. Generally, they just flap about and wave an arm and nothing happens. Another corner here for Adelaide. Serlo again. And Leah's just hacked it away for a throw. So all the pressure's on us early. Well, the first three highlights have all gone against us. But we have had a shot. Adelaide's had a couple. What's happening here? So Durante picks that one up. Plays to Finkler. Out to Krishna. Krishna will cut inside as he asked to. And then Doyle now on the overlap. This is why I basically built the other tactic with the more attacking fullbacks, is because there's so many runs, or there's so much space left behind when Krishna cuts in. You might see it again. Yeah, see the fullbacks there aren't forwards, but Smeltz is there. Put us up 1-0. I'm talking shit, and we're scoring goals. Not going to argue. Nice to see the hoardings there are sort of tailored to this part of the world. Harvey Norman. Never noticed that before. There's also, I think it was a mall. Westfield pops up every now and again. Krishna with a brilliant ball. Smeltz is there to pop that one in. First shot on target, and we get, well, our first goal. So I'll do the usual, tighten up. Yeah, the personalities are really starting to bug me, because it's quite often the players look nervous or they look complacent, and I haven't yet figured out a way to get on top of that. Another corner for Adelaide. Not much has happened there, but Strain's going to get there first. Probably go back to his fullback here in the corner. No, he's gone in the middle to Laria, to Isaias, Diawara. Going to have a shot from distance, I think. He's gone to a very weird spot. He's cut that back in. Fucking hell. That was ugly. Normally that would have been a goal though, but you see what I'm saying about Moss. Smelts in the middle of the park here. There's nothing going on. There's no one really coming forward with him. Plays it out to Bonavacia. Barbarousis. Yeah, no, it's gone. Strain. Oh, Barbarousis picks it up. Got a couple to beat out here in the corner. He's going to take him on. Gets the ball in. Smelts is there at the front post, and it's 2-0. How about that? I think so far the player of the match, though, is Glenn Moss for the saving that horrendous back pass when actually having a defender that got there to clear it. It's really nice to see. I'm really enjoying the save. As much as I keep talking about hating this league and wanting to get the hell away from it, the fact that I've got a team that's actually performing over the last two saves where they've just been utter shit. Part of me wants to stay because of the performance levels, but I just don't want to deal with rebuilding the team. I've already got a little notepad full of stuff, just next to me while I'm talking right now. I'm not even going to look at pros. I'm just going to send it back out for now, see how things go for the first 10-15 minutes. I've got a notepad full of players and how they work, salary cap wise, math calculations, doing maths. Or Football Manager, how about that? But looking at the league reputation, it's almost non-existent. We're in a small part of the world. I don't know. I don't think. Oh, fantastic ball to Barbarousis. Gets it into Krishna. Could have been 3 there. That was a brilliant ball. Yes, I don't want to end up falling back into lower, mega lower leagues. I'd like to be able to reach sort of somewhere in the middle of the pack, maybe the top 25, top 30 leagues in the world. Now, when I say that, I'm sort of mean 15 to 30, not 1 to 30. But I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so we're still playing, well, still fairly an even game. Adelaide haven't done a whole lot. I'm going to bring Rufer because he's starting to realize his potential, which is going to be brilliant. I didn't really think we'd have anybody capable of sort of going up based on the fact that the facilities here are pretty terrible. And his Rufer now, as I know, he wins it back, smelts to Bonavacia. Through ball to Barbarouses, put that away. Keepers saved it. Maybe the goalkeepers in Australia are half decent. Barbarouses with a corner. It's not found anybody. Should run out to one of our men, hopefully. There we go. Fenton to Rufer. Rufer's lost as well. Thankfully, that was the end of the highlight. We'll let this highlight go, and then we'll look to make another substitution. Fenton into Rufer. He's been a pretty busy man since he came on. To Vince Leah. Looking for Barbarouses. Doesn't find him, but it falls to Fenton. Into Leah. Into Smelts, but taken away by Strain. Cut out by Lowry. Smelts heads it into space. There's no one there to get on the end of it. Marone to Mells. Back to Leria. Diawara is beaten by Durante, but it falls to Isaias. Into Elric. Finds Serlo. Is he going to get the ball in to Diawara? No. Fenton's going to cut that one out. The ball falls straight back to Adelaide. It's gone out wide to Norton. Well, he'll get the ball in. He has. Yeah. Sort of saw it coming. I can deal with one goal. We'll tell him to concentrate. And then we'll get a sub in as well with some fresh legs. Look, especially in the middle of the park there, Bonavacia is starting to wear out a little bit. So we're going to bring McGlinchey in. So I think he's capable of doing a little bit of everything. Yep, so he can play that box-to-box role, and that should do for now. I haven't got a defensive midfielder, unfortunately. So when Leah starts to run out of gas, we're a little bit screwed. It's either something I need to take care of. Maybe the next window that opens. I don't know when that is, or if I'm even going to be able to do that. Either that or we drop the defensive midfielder and go to a 4-2-3-1. Alright, don't concede now. Moss claims that one, and we look like we might be in for a victory here. So it's going to be vital to win those games in hand, because it should put us in a pretty comfortable spot as far as the league table goes. Leah with a monster tackle. So wait, just play the clock down. Not with a ball like that though. And there we are, 2-1. Beating 4th place Adelaide United. See, I don't think we're actually really massive underdogs. We don't get a lot of, well, we got 11 in that game. Generally, we don't get a lot of shots. But what we do seem to do, we seem to be quite clinical with the shots that we get. So, yeah, let me just run. I'll run through this off camera, but we'll come back for our next game against Central Coast. Alright, back for game 2 of today's episode against Central Coast Mariners. This game actually comes just a couple of days after the last one in game. So there's going to be some fitness issues, especially when our next game is another 2 days after this one against the same team. So this one's away. I'm going to play the strongest side. I've just been trying to convince myself the logic, whether you play the strongest side at home or away. Ultimately, they're saying it's going to be quite an even game. I'm hoping that we can sneak another victory like we did from the last one. I don't even know if I want to tell them. I have more, usually today it's worked. So we're going to run with that same tactic we normally play on the standard. And it gives me the option to just adjust things as I need to. And then at home, should we need to rotate, we should hopefully have the advantage being at home. I don't know if that really is factored into the game or not. So first highlight, 7 minutes in. It's going to be a Central Coast highlight from the looks of things. Rue to Tavares, over to Rose, into Bingham. Taken away by Leah, sort of. Taken back away, yeah. Doyle, into Krishna. Krishna finds some form today, that would be more than ideal. Finkler beaten by Tavares, moving the ball very quickly. Answer through to Bingham, just wide. Perhaps a counter could be the method today. Central Coast has started out very strong. The big bulk of the possession. I know we are only 10 minutes in, but it's these things you need to keep an eye on. Yeah, we're going to go counter. I mean, if we can take a draw away from home, that's not too bad. And just as long as we capitalise at home. You know, these games in hand, like I said in the last game, are vital. Smelts, cheeky back heel to Bonavas. Oh, that would have been a goal. It would have been a hell of an assist. It's a Dele Alli flick there. Another highlight for us. Doyle with a throw. Krishna, Rue, sort of bounced around a bit. It's fallen to Montgomery. Let's go back to the keeper. So you can see already we've only had 2 shots, but we've had a clear-cut chance and a half chance. So we are quite clinical. Or we make good use of the ball when we've got it, which isn't something I intended tactically. It's just the way it's worked out. Because there's definitely nothing special about this current tactic. It was a brilliant ball through. The defenders made a horrible mistake, and Barbarouses has put it away for 1-0. And you could say it's very against the run of play, but when you're playing counter-attack, it is sort of what you expect. So once again, I'm going to do my tighten up, just so we don't concede straight away. Yeah. I thought Neil should have done much better. Obviously his first touch there let him down. He didn't even seem to chase the ball after though. Barbarouses was through. It was a very tight angle to shoot, but he's put it away. And it sort of explains why he's worth over £1 million. It's the kind of player, for that kind of money, I wouldn't say no to a sale. Should a bigger club somehow come along and have a look for him. I don't think it's ideal. I think I'm just thinking out loud. Smells is probably somebody I should take off quite early on. I'm going to put Krishna up front. I'm going to put McGlinchey out wide. I don't know. Oh yeah, was he right-footed, is he? He is right-footed. Let's get back into it. I've only played Krishna up top once or twice, but we really lack depth. And I've just made an offer to an international, a foreign striker who is pretty established as an advanced forward or a deep lying forward. And I think he's going to be the guy that gets that foreign slot as over the French midfielder. I can't remember his name. Didn't really take too much notice. Right, I need to make some more substitutions here because I know Leah is not going to be fit for the next game, but I've got no one to put in there for now. It might be that we may have to play a more attacking tactic at home. But in saying that, Finkel has just started training to be a DM due to his age. It's one of the things that the assistant manager suggested to me. Donovan into Rose, taken away by Leah, taken back away by Bingham. Ball goes into Tavares. Breathe a sigh of relief. Sigh of relief. Alright, he's coming off. I'll give Rogerson. Krishna is playing better. I know he's just as tired. Tell him to concentrate. I don't know whether those little sideline team talks actually do anything at all, but we're hanging on to a very slim lead, which we probably don't really deserve looking at. Although we still have created many more chances than them. You know, every shot we've had has been a chance, despite one being off target. Right, we might just sneak away with another win here. I'd love to see where that leaves us in the table. Although there is a minute and a half. Bingham to Tavares. My heart dropped for just a second there. I thought that had gone in. McGlinchey with a terrible header. I wouldn't say that was cleared at all. O'Donovan at the back post. Why? Just over a minute left and they equalise. I mean, they probably deserve it. But that's really, it's disheartening. Upsetting. It hurts my soul. I mean, it was a great cross. Defender lost track of O'Donovan. Moss, who I normally praise, done very poorly. Now, free kick for McGlinchey. Durante with a header, falls straight to the keeper. Wouldn't that have been a finish? Wouldn't be the first time Durante's had a very nice header. There you go, 1-1. I feel a bit hard done by, but I said I'd take a draw. I mean, whatever. So 8th, yeah, the win would have put us straight back up to 4th. But a couple of games in hand, you win them both, and you're on, we're level with Western Sydney, who are top of the table. So there's still a lot to play for, but shit, we're only 10 games in. So take another look at the schedule, like we always do, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Not a bad episode, reasonably successful, I think. Almost snuck away with the win. So Adelaide United and Perth, they'll be the next 2 games. I think Perth were the ones that smashed us at home at the start. Yeah. So that'll be my first time playing Perth. I definitely think we owe them one. See if we can get another win against Adelaide. So if you have enjoyed the episode, as always, please come back for the next one. I'll get these up as frequently as possible, and then we'll look to make our way out of Australia. Well, New Zealand, but the Australian League. Anyway, have yourselves a great day. Thanks. Bye.